Greetings everyone, we are here. It is going to be a wonderful series. It's going to be game number 2 now, so we're going to be watching vVvHasuu, the Protoss player on the left, going up against tQWannaBe, the Terran in the bottom. The map is MLG Shattered Temple. Game number 2, now tQWannaBe did win the last game with a very interesting strategy, but since it is a loser's pick, vVvHasuu did get to actually pick this next map of MLG Shattered Temple, which is definitely a strong choice. Similarly enough to the last match, which is on MLG Metalopolis, there could be a lot of similarities, especially because if you look at the spawning positions, it is exactly the same as the Metalopolis games. It is close air spawns. So Hasuu could actually try and do the same strategy he did in the last game, which was a 3-gate warp prism drop inside Wannabe's base. Wannabe could easily do the exact same thing he did on in the last game, and with more success, because this map is actually better for the strategy. A no gas, fast expand, lots of marines, 4 barracks, very early command center after the initial barracks, and with this smaller choke to defend, it could be a lot more effective in this game. And Metalopolis does have a very wide natural expansion that is harder to defend, and he still went for it anyway, though he actually used it to get the gold as opposed to the normal natural expansion. But Wannabe definitely did play solidly. A lot of marines were enough to really just decimate Hasuu's army composition, as Hasuu only had 3 gates. Normally, what I've seen when someone does go for that War Prism drop on close air spawns, you generally actually want to have 4 gates, and you use that to have the like basically a 4 gate, but inside the base, just completely circumventing any bunkers that the Terran would have at the front of their base, plus the ability to defend a wall off with a way just a way that it thwarts zealots away from the choke. And now Hasuu, oops, he did it again. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. Lol. Damn it. Okay, so not quite sure what these guys are discussing, but this pylon placement is going to allow for a hidden tech to be coming out for Hasuu. There's a Semifinals core. 1 gas. We'll see if he actually ends up going for a 2nd gas. Could very easily indicate a deviation from the last game that he played. Now, Wannabe does have an SCV running around the base, so he's got fairly good vision, seeing what matters except for the Semifinals core. He needs to run around, but he's hugging the pylons. He's watching the pylons, seeing if any buildings get built around there, as well as watching the gas, which is a very, very, very important things. And actually, did Hasuu? Yep, Hasuu scouted close. That was his oops, he did it again, I do believe, as opposed to Wannabe, who just went straight to the close air spawns. Now Hasuu's going to run in and actually get stopped by the supply depots. He's not going to get any form of scouting information, but now Wannabe is deviating. Yes, he is deviating. He's doing the 4 racks, no gas, but this time without the expansion. So we're going to be seeing a lot of aggression coming out of Wannabe in this game. We'll see whether or not it's going to be effective against Hasuu, who has thrown down his 2nd gas. He's just working on getting out his Stalker and Warp Gate tech, so this is definitely looking very, very standard and stable coming out of him. 2nd gas is finishing, going to be able to throw down a few of his guys in there, and actually selected the wrong 3rd one, but still, it's good to see that he's definitely deviating in an interesting way. And 5 racks, 6 racks coming out of Wannabe. Is this going to be an indicator of his 7th racks with this? No, it looks like he's going to go 6 racks, but nope, there's a 7th racks. So Wannabe's going to build 7 racks, no gas. This is a ton of marines that are going to be able to be hitting Hasuu very, very, very soon, and where it's just a matter of when Wannabe does decide to push. But the robo has gone down. So 2nd gate, which it looks like Wannabe's or Hasuu's doing something similar to the last game, but he does have to be wary of the fact that he's going to have a ton of marines hitting him soon. The observer's going to have to see that, and then Hasuu's going to need to do something in the form of defense, because this is a very aggressive build coming out of Wannabe. I've seen this in TVZ, but very rarely in TVP. Although definitely without very many units coming out of Hasuu earlier on, this could be very, very deadly to him. We do see a very fast Robo Bay. If he can get 1 Colossus out, that could really shut down this build. If he micros it to stay alive, if Wannabe doesn't actually get targeted. But I don't think the Colossus is going to be able to come out in time for this push. It looks like Wannabe is going to have a ton of Marines on the field. Looking at the counter station, we have 13 with 5 on the way. Just 1 seat aside to increase its production. We're seeing almost every single rack's in use. Nothing is queued up. It is just strict Marine production. This is going to be very, very difficult for Hasuu to defend. We do have a few sentries on the field, which actually allow him to force field the ramp and keep the Marines out of his base, but that's honestly some of the only things that he's going to be able to capable of doing. He's going to see all these Marines and realize, oh god, this is a lot of damage coming at me. Am I going to be able to force field the ramp, defend this, delay for my Colossus for the Colossus to come out? The Robot Bay has done, and we are seeing very nice force field. They're actually going to separate a lot of those Marines away, but the Zealots are going to take a lot of hits. So sentry goes down, both sentries goes down. That means no more force fields to actually block this ramp. This is horrible for Hasuu. All these Marines are going to be able to stream in. Right now there are 11 just running in. I'm going to take down this pylon very, very quickly, and more Marines are going to continue the aggression against Hasuu. And oh god, this is so bad. Zealots are going to have a few hits. That is very, very good. Marines are kind of weak against Zealots, but the Zealots are going to be kited away, as you can see. But these Stalkers are continuing to go in, and the Stalkers are being microed around. New Stalkers coming in. Looks like Wannabe is going to actually have a hard time dealing with this amount of Stalkers, but he's doing a great job of target firing the injured Stalkers. But Hasuu is doing a good job making sure you get every single hit onto those Marines as fast as he can. So few shields on all of these Stalkers. Great micro from Hasuu to try and stay alive, but we have more Marines coming in. Are there going to be SCVs building bunkers or anything? That'd be a great way to increase the power of this build, as it looks like Hasuu is defending against this beautifully. Continuing to do as much damage as he can, but he's just taking a lot of damage. These Marines are continuing to put on so much aggression. They could just start hitting the Zealot as it warps in, and yes, that Zealot's going to do nothing. That is really, really bad. Hasu's being forced now to pull his probes to try and get a surround on these Marines, and he actually will be able to get the surround, but the Marines are just going to go ahead and continue killing off the probes. Losing the probe counts would be horrible, but this Colossus is about to pop. Once this comes out, this is going to be great if Wannabe can actually snipe it off, but he's going to have to spread his Marines and just not take too much damage, as this Colossus is actually doing it. Oh, look at all those burning Marine bodies. It's a fair bit of damage, but that's still not enough. That's a huge investment from Hasuu for it not to pay off. He's going to take a lot of damage continuously, as Wannabe is not stopping with the aggression. 7 Marines in production, 6 Marines in production, bringing in more and more units. Hasuu is going to actually have to, oh god, the Marine count is increasing steadily. 28 Marines are on the field now, and that's going to be GG from Hasuu. Very well done by Wannabe. A high aggression build that really paid off. It almost looked like a time that with the Colossus coming out that Hasuu might have been able to defend against this, but really, this is an incredible play from Wannabe. So many Marines, and it was even getting command center at the end. So great play, did a ton of damage. The economic damage to Hasuu was done, so even if Wannabe hadn't won with this, he would have still been in this. Very well done by both players. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next game. This is going to be Wannabe up 2-0 against vVvGaming's Hasuu.